What's going on, guys? What is this that we have on my wife's car's hood? We have the full Turtle Wax line, alright? This is every product that you can buy over the counter at Walmart, at your auto parts stores, or whatever. So we're going to do a side-by-side comparison. I don't know if you might have found me in the past from when I did the four-way Meguiar's testing over there on my blue car. So this should be a really popular video, and I hope you really like the extent that I went out there and I bought all three of them. Now I've had the original Turtle Wax because I've used it on my older cars before, but I didn't have these two on the right, the cleaner wax and the paste wax, so we're going to give it a test today. I'm going to show you my step-by-step scientific process the way I feel like it needs to be done, in case you haven't seen my other videos. Here's my step-by-step right here. I'm going to use just the Gain, because we know you're never supposed to wash with dishwashing stuff, to make sure I get wax off, to make sure I fully get the waxes off. This is Griot's Garage Paint Prep. See, it removes old polymer silicone and old waxes from paint. Whatever. So that is going to fully strip whatever wax is on this hood, okay? There is no wax on this hood. I mean, if there's any, there's barely any. She doesn't really take care of the car. I don't really that much take care of it, so this should be a very interesting test. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a side-by-side. And let me first do a little bit of a water test. Let me go ahead and get the hose, and then I'll show you what we have first. Alright guys, we got the hose, so I'm going to go ahead and give you a prior shot to where we actually put the waxes on the hood. So let me bend down and get the hose real quick. Alright, I'm not going to try and soak the car because if it's already been washed generally, the car's just in condition it's going to be in, right? So I'm just going to do this to it, alright? Remember now, the car has been washed. Nothing, alright? So this is like almost the perfect test to even put it on, okay? There's no wax on this car. You get a little bit left over here on the corners, but on the hood wise, nothing. This is a clean car, okay? So here's my way I'm going to do it. If you haven't seen my other videos, I apologize about the planes flying over, so if it's loud in the video, I apologize if you guys don't know about me or you just found me. I live in Kissimmee, so I'm right in the southern flight path of Orlando International Airport, so there we go. So what I'll do is I'm going to blue tape off a section. It'll come down here. I'll blue tape off another section coming down here, through here, and through here. My two ends are going to be my control, and then you're going to have the Turtle Wax. Now I'm going to do it by cheapest to most expensive, okay? This is about, what, $5? This was about $8 for the Carnuba wax, and then this I think was about $14 for the Ice Premium. And then I'll show you what's in it. I'll show you how it looks applied, and then we'll go ahead and strip it off, and I'll give you step by step how I do it. I also plan to clay bar the entire hood of the car just to make sure that any contaminants are taken off the hood as well, to make sure it's a fair and even challenge, okay? So stay tuned. It's going to be a little bit of a long video, but I guarantee it'll be worth it. Alright guys, here we go. Here's proof that I'm actually using the step-by-step. See, I got the Gain in here. It is Gain. You don't believe me, it's too bad, because trust me, it is. I've only done the hood. I am not trying to fake it. I'm trying to strip as much of any previous wax that's even left on the hood gone, because I want to make sure you guys get to see a fair view of it. So I went over it 2 or 3 times to make sure it's good. Now I'm going to move on to the Griot's Garage Paint Prep, okay? So I'll be taking that in the garage here in a minute to go ahead and finish that off. So there we go. This is my step-by-step. Like I said, the video is going to be a little long today. It'll probably be about 10 or 15 minutes, but you're going to enjoy it because I'm going to do it right. I'm going to show you every single step I do. All right, guys, stay tuned. Alright guys, here it's going to be part number 3. We're going ahead and use the Griot's Garage Paint Prep to go ahead and get any of the old wax or stuff off. I've had to pull it in here. I let it sit about 20 minutes because it says to apply to a cool vehicle, and the hood was actually pretty hot because of being out in the sun. So all I'm going to do now is I'm just going to go ahead and apply it to it real quick, okay, and I'm just going to work it in, alright? Nothing great, nothing special. It's just I want to make sure I remove any of the old waxes off the car that might skew our results, okay, for the what's it called? Turtle Wax, okay? So all it tells you to do is just make sure you wipe it in there really good, and then it says don't let it dry. So I'm not gonna take a lot of time here. I just want to make sure it's done right and done fast, okay? So bear with me here. I'm not trying to do anything perfect. I just want to make sure this old junk's off it, okay? So that's what I'm doing here. Remember, I'm showing you step by step. Make sure that we have no unbiased things where there's maybe wax left on one area and the other one doesn't have wax, this, that, or the other, and I don't want that to happen, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and finish this up. You can see it is the paint prep, so I'm not trying to fake the results or anything like that, but just like teach you in your science classes or anything like that, you want to make sure to show your step-by-step, and you don't want to have any skewed results. So there you go. And then next thing we'll be doing will be the claying. So let me go ahead and finish this up, pull it off, wash it off, get this old junk off it, and then we'll start the claying process. All right, stay tuned. All right, guys, next step in our process for the three-way turtle wax thing is going to be the Griot's Garage paint cleaning clay. I'll be using the Dub Detailer as my lubricant. I didn't have any other Griot's lubricant or detailer still left, so this will just do, you can use as long as it creates lubricant, so you're not going to be dragging the clay across the hood and let it just be sticking on it. It's totally fine. There's a pro detailer, Ammo New York, if you ever watch any of his videos, good guy up there. He will actually show you, one of his techniques is he'll actually use the suds of the car as lubricant, so that's another way you can do it. Of course, I'll just go ahead and use the detail for today because clearly I don't need any, I don't have any suds or anything to use, so just letting you know what I'm going to be doing here, and then I'll be showing you the end results here in a second, okay? So it shouldn't be too dirty, but I'll go ahead and show it to you. So stay tuned. Sorry, got stuck to it. All right, hold on. All right, so far you can see I've done part of the hood already, okay? What I did is I just went ahead and covered this section from here to here, and I went over it until it was just gliding smooth along. You can see there's not really anything in there right now. It might have a little bit pieces here and there, like around the corners, but it wasn't really that bad. I mean, I've done it before, so you know, it wasn't. You can see it's gliding along effortlessly. I have one finger on this thing and it's just gliding along, okay? So I know there's really nothing in it because I've done this in the last, I don't know, I probably clayed this car in the last few months, but yeah, I just came along like this and just worked my way all the way through it. I've had some people ask me, they're like, can you put up a claying video? And you can see the way you know it's done is it's just smoothly, I mean, look at this, it's just gonna glide across, look at that, without me having to even try. So I know this hood is already done in this section, and I'll go ahead and finish up the rest. But you can see right now the hood's not bad. It wasn't actually in a bad position. So let me go ahead and finish it up. You just do it in small sections at a time. I just happen to work my way all the way down. Look at that. That's when you know the hood is ready and decontaminated because there's really nothing on it. It's just sliding away. All right, stay tuned. All right, guys, it's that time again. It is Racing Stripes time. It's pretty funny seeing it on a Hyundai accent, but it's all good. So here's how I broke it down. Just like my last Maguire's video that is super popular, which you guys obviously loved. Your far left is going to be control. It means it has no wax applied to it at all. You've seen me strip it down, and you've seen me clay everything. Your next one is going to be your regular, original Turtle Wax super hard shell. Okay, it's going to go right this section right here. Next one is going to be your Turtle Wax Carnuba cleaner wax in this section, all right? Just as normal, Turtle Wax Ice Premium Care is going to be on this section. And then the far right is going to be another control again, okay? With no wax applied to it. That way we can really get a good tell of how it does, okay, side by side. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and open them up. I will go ahead and apply them to each section accordingly, and then I will actually show you what they look like applied to the car. Then I'll take them off. I'll tell you how easily they came off, if they came off hard to get it off, that kind of thing. And then what we'll do is we'll go ahead and back it up out of the garage. I'll actually, we'll hit it with some water, and we'll see the end result. So I know it's been a little while, guys, but these kind of videos are very important to me, and I know to a lot of people out there because they really want to see the difference between every one of them. So stay tuned, and I can promise you there's going to be a good video. So, all right, guys, wax has been applied to each section that is marked, obviously. So I'll first go over it right now. This is the standard Turtle Wax. You can see a little bit of it. I went over every section twice to make sure I properly covered it, okay? You can tell it's a little bit messy. You can see where it hits the thing, it's a little bit nasty, okay? So, that's just the way Turtle Wax is. Okay, the Carnuba was actually, when I was applying, it's actually a little bit easier to see. I hope you can see them. I know I'm in the garage, but obviously I'm not gonna do this out in the heat of the sun. Would not be the ideal conditions, let's just say. And then here is your synthetic paste wax on this side. All right, and then of course, and the control has nothing on it as well. Let me show you something as well. Look at the differences, the material as well. Do you see this is synthetic wax, okay? See, it's not really liquidy, okay? That's just the other junk on my hand, sorry, from the last one. Let's do this again. You see how it's not really there? Now look at your cleaner wax, okay? It jiggles around a little bit like Jello, okay? It's kind of like the standard Turtle Wax, all right? It has a great smell to it, by the way. This smell is amazing. I can't explain it. It's really good. Okay, and then in case you guys have never seen the original Turtle Wax, see the original Turtle Wax looks like inside. Now I've used this on multiple cars, so that's why there's not near as much left in it. But you can see it's green, it's a little bit goopy and stuff like that. And you can see it's just moving that, it's flaky. That's why I never really liked a lot of the original turtle wax. You gotta, basically, you almost have to wash it off again to get the flakes off, and that kind of irritates me. But what do you expect from a cheaper line? All right, so let me go ahead and, this section you can already tell is starting to get done. Let me see if I can do the swipe test and see if it's dry yet. Yeah, it's almost dry, okay? You can see. You can always know when it's done, ready to go if you actually go through here and it actually leaves no wax marks, so one way of telling. Let's see if we can do it on this one yet. Oh man, this stuff is thick. I can feel it on my fingers. It's almost like hard to explain. Let's put it this way, it doesn't come off very easy. It's almost like a grainy feel. I don't know, this stuff I just applied. It's still okay, it's still running, so. Gotta give it a few more minutes. I'll go ahead and start taking off the sections at a time, and then I'll make a review of like how it came off. Then we're gonna back it out there, and then we're gonna hit it with the hose. All right, so stay tuned. I hope this is helping you out a lot. All right guys, here's gonna be the final results of the Turtle Wax 3-way test. We'll start with the left here today. As you know, I just took the wax off. This is the biggest pain in the butt, all right guys? Stay away from this stuff. It is so, you can even see, I still have to go back here and take it off, okay? There's a couple of spots I missed. It is so hard to get this stuff off. I just don't even use this stuff anymore, okay? It does a fine job, but if you want your arm to be dead, then use that. If not, just go with something else, okay? This one, the Carnuba wax cleaner, actually comes off a lot easier. It's still kind of hard, I'm not gonna lie, okay? It's still kind of hard. Like, let's say this is the hardest, this is the next hardest, all right? To get it off. Your arm is still gonna be hurting. All right, the last one is in this section, of course, I just slid over some, is the Ice Premium Care. This stuff is by far the easiest to get off. Of course, then again, it's almost triple the price of the hard shell. I think that's $5 and this is around $14, so there you go. That explains that. This stuff actually goes off, once it dries, it almost wipes off pretty easy. So you shouldn't have any issues at all. All right, now, so it looks wise, you know, it looks pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, the car is kind of a mess but it's all good. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna push everything back. We're gonna do a water test and see what it does. Now, I understand when I go to do the water test, you know, everything has a fresh coat of wax, so it's probably all gonna beat up and pull off very easily, okay? But you gotta understand what's gonna last you longer over the long haul. And then we should definitely see a difference between this section, your control sections on either side, okay, and the middle. So that shouldn't really have any beating up on it at all or any flowing off. All right, so let me go ahead and get the hose and then we'll see what we got, all right? Let me bend down real quick. All right, here we go. I'm gonna hit it from the side first off. So here we go. Let's see what it looks like. And if you've seen this from the beginning of the video, you're gonna notice that it actually beads up now. I mean, you can see the controls aren't really having any effect at all, okay? So, I mean, you can tell there's really no beating at all in the controls, okay? So here we go. Coming back by it right now. Walk on this side. You can see it beads up a lot more on the Turtle Wax, the ice version of it. Well, let's see if we can see. You tell there's no wax on this side and there's no beating up. So we know the control is making a big difference. I mean, look at the difference between both sides, okay? So we'll hit it from this side. It's all coming off relatively well. You know, there's no beating around the bush. It's going to do it, okay? But remember, guys, this is a fresh coat of wax, so it all should be doing at least a decent job right now, correct? That's the way I feel about it anyways. I'll do one more head on here and then we'll work on conclusions. All right, so I hope this is really showing up, guys. I really do. I'm doing this for you guys. I know a lot of you all have asked about some of these products. You see, now here we go. Compared to the control, look at the control. Even the hard wax, the hardest one to get off is there. Let's do the control over here against the Ice Premium. Let's see how it does it, okay? You see why I made a control? Because I wanted to make sure it was properly scientific so you could see the actual difference. I mean, this stuff just kind of like blah, where this stuff just comes right off, okay? That's why. So here's my end results. If you're going to go ahead and want to be looking at a Turtle Wax, and this is, you have your heart set on Turtle Wax, and you have the money, you always want to get the premium wax. Bar none, it's the best stuff. It's going to come off the easiest, your arm is not going to die, and it's probably going to last longest because it's synthetic. If you have to have one of these two, and let's say you only have $5 to $7, only get the cleaner wax, okay? That stuff's actually gonna come off a bit easier. Not amazing, but it's gonna come off a bit easier, okay? So, there you go. There's your final result. I hope you're happy with this video. I know it was a bit long. I know it dragged on. But that way you got to see, I mean, you can see the clear difference. This stuff has nothing on it. This stuff has wax. You can see it, okay? Now, the results will be great over time, but obviously there's no way I can do that with time. It would take, you know, month after month of video. So, there you go. Well, I appreciate you watching. I really do appreciate you subbing to my channel. If you're not subbed, go ahead and sub. Be sure to like this video if you like what I did for you today. And you're going to see all kinds of videos like this in the future. I plan on doing some three-way synthetic comparison tests in the future. That's against your Turtle Wax Ice, your Meguiar's Ultimate, and your Mother synthetic that they just came out with. I'm going to go ahead and do a three-way test on that and see what we have. So these are things I'm going to be doing in the future, in the summer. I've got so many more products coming out, so I hope you really enjoyed it. I hope you hung in there the whole time, and I will see you at the very next video. Thank you very much, and take care.